Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. I want us to have a look at a very interesting story captured by Citizen TV Kenya a few hours ago. Kenya seeks aid from Tanzania amid shortage of tuberculosis drugs. Health Cabinet Secretary Wafula Nahumicha says Kenya has sought the help of Tanzania to bridge the shortage of tuberculosis drugs in the country. The CS said the country has experienced shortages since October last year and has put up measures to ensure endless supply to government hospitals, including changes from a single supplier to multiple suppliers. Towards the end of September and October last year, we had a shortage of TB medication, but we went out of our way to the extent that we got support from our neighboring country Tanzania, and we got sufficient stocks which have now been distributed. He said. That's Susan Nahumicha, the health CS, and she's making it very clear that they have always reached out to Tanzania, and Kenya's government still intends on reaching out to Tanzania for TB drugs. And that's very interesting because just weeks ago, Ruto talked very badly of Tanzania. Listen to Ruto before we proceed.
I wouldn't want to go to what happened in the previous regimes, and that's why you are taking.
I am not talking about any previous regime. I'm just giving you the facts.
Artificially what you're talking about. Let us remain here, and we're looking at even the region in terms of the East African region. Look at even the Uganda shilling and the Tanzanian currencies. They aren't depreciating as fast as they are, as Kenya is doing. In fact, some of those currencies are actually appreciating as we speak today. They do not have a government-to-government deal, but they are somewhere. Most of them import from Kenya. The question is, what has been the problem with the government-to-government deal, and why has it not been able to fix the slide in the Kenya shilling?
You know, the government-to-government deal is not the only thing that will fix the exchange rate. It is one of the many things, right? We are a different economy from Uganda. We are a different economy from Tanzania, right? We have much more imports. We import much more for our industries because we are a different economy for all our other services than Uganda or Tanzania does. We are not in the same category economy-wise. We are a middle-income economy. They are in a different category, not like us. So you cannot compare them and us. Then you are not comparing the same stuff. And I don't want us to talk about other countries because then I don't want us to say which country is better than which one.
Then Mr. President, let's talk solutions.
Yes.
Ruto was saying that Kenya is not in the league of Tanzania. Yes. But you are now seeing Kenya is going to beg for medicine from Tanzania. What does all this mean, ladies and gentlemen? I want us to dig deep into this for Kenyans to see clearly what's happening here. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's proceed. It's a fact our neighbors are doing far much better economically than we are doing. And a few weeks ago in this forum, we dissected that in details, where we compared the Tanzanian shillings, Ugandan shillings versus the Kenyan shillings. And we realized that Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, their currencies are actually appreciating as Kenya's currency seriously depreciates. That's something we did in details in our past video. So these neighboring countries are doing far much better than Kenya. And if you look at where the rain started beating us, Kenya started going down the drain. Immediately William Ruto and his team took over. In the 1 year and 6 months Kenya Kwanza has been in power, the Kenyan shillings has seriously suffered. A confirmation that William Ruto and his Kenya Kwanza team have got no clue on how to stabilize the Kenyan shillings. And in the coming days and months, the Kenyan shilling is still going to depreciate. Secondly, you are seeing that William Ruto's main undoing is his mouth. He is too mouthy. He talks too much. And that is making him a laughingstock to other African leaders. And Kenya, we are now being seen as a confused country. We are becoming a laughingstock to other African countries. And that's why, if you look on how leaders such as Tanzania's president, Ugandan president, Rwandan president, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, if you look on how they are talking, it's as if they are belittling Kenya. And they are doing that deliberately because they know we don't have serious leadership. Our leader is not being respected because he appears to them as a joker. That's what is causing all these happenings. And from that story, you can now see clearly what corruption can do to a country. If you go to most of these government health facilities, you'll never get drugs. And it's almost certain that drugs are not there because of corruption. Corrupt government officials are stealing those drugs and then they're selling them. That's why you cannot get drugs in these health facilities. And even these TB drugs, there is a shortage of these drugs as a result of corruption. Ruto's government cannot fight corruption. In fact, they are abetting corruption. And we saw that when the control of budget Nyakango was being targeted for exposing corruption. So this is a government abating corruption, a government that can never fight corruption. That's why there are no TB drugs. And then to this health minister, I believe that this Naomi Chaya, she's talking too much also. Instead of laying out policies that will improve her ministry, we are seeing she's just playing PR. She's all over the media, but in real sense, she's not addressing real issues in her ministry, things like corruption. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. In case you are watching us, but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. And those watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, again, subscribe, give this video a like. The mere fact that Kenya is seeking help from Tanzania confirms that Kenya is going down the drain. They are ni maskini jeuri. You are seeing how William Ruto is talking, attacking our neighbors, not knowing that they're depending on those neighbors. And this is why Samia Suluhu has been attacking Kenya. I still remember sometimes, Mark, he was saying that investors are running from Kenya to Tanzania. and it's actually true. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.